So I just got uninvited from Thanksgiving by my own father, after I gave him $10,000 of my own money, and you know what? He's about to regret that decision for the rest of his life. But before I tell you what I did, you need to hear the whole story, because this goes way deeper than just one holiday. Stick around till the end. Because what happened when my entire family found out the truth? Let's just say my dad won't be showing his face at any family gathering for a very long time. Let me take you back 6 months. My name's Alex, I'm 28. And I've been working in tech for about 5 years now. I'm not rich, but I'm comfortable. More comfortable than I ever was growing up. That's for sure. My dad has always been complicated. The kind of guy who measures success by your bank account and thinks emotions are for weak people. Growing up, every conversation was about what I was achieving, what I was earning, what I was doing with my life, love, approval. That stuff was always conditional. But here's the thing. I kept trying, I kept showing up. I kept hoping that one day, he'd just see me. Really see me. 6 months ago, my dad calls me up, which is rare by the way. We usually only talk on holidays or when he needs something, and guess what? He needed something. He tells me he's in a bind. The business is struggling and he needs a short-term loan, $20,000. He'll pay me back in 3 months with interest. Now, my dad runs a small contracting business. He's always been proud, always independent. For him to ask for money, that's huge. That's him swallowing his pride, and me, stupid, hopeful me, I saw an opportunity to finally be the son he could be proud of, the son who helped, the son who mattered. There was just one problem. I didn't have $20,000 lying around. I had savings, sure, about $15,000 that I'd been putting away for a house down payment. My girlfriend Sarah and I had been planning to buy our first place together. We'd been looking at listings every weekend, dreaming about which room would be the nursery, where we'd put the Christmas tree. But this was my dad. This was my chance to show him I was successful, that I'd made it. So I did something I'm not proud of. I told Sarah that a work opportunity came up, and I needed to invest in some equipment. I took $10,000 from our savings, half of everything we'd worked for, and I gave it to my dad. I told him it was all I could spare. He wasn't happy about getting half, but he took it, promised to pay me back in 3 months. We shook hands. He even hugged me, which hadn't happened in years. For those 3 months, I was on cloud 9. I'd text him asking how the business was doing. I'd offer advice. I was involved, and he'd respond. Short messages, sure, but he was responding. We were communicating like we hadn't in years. Sarah started noticing I was happier. She had no idea why. Month 4 rolls around. No payment, no mention of the money. I text him, hey dad, just checking in about that loan. No rush, just want to make sure everything's okay. Read, no response. Week later, dad, really need to talk about the repayment plan. Nothing. I call straight to voicemail. Now I'm panicking. Sarah's asking about our house fund. I'm making excuses. The market's not right yet, babe. Let's wait a few more months. Finally, I drive to his house unannounced. He answers the door, and you know what he says. What are you doing here? Like I'm the problem, like I'm the one who's out of line. I ask about the money. He gets defensive, says business is still tough, says I'm being impatient and entitled, says that real family doesn't keep score. Real family doesn't keep score. That's rich coming from a man who's kept score of every single one of my failures since I was 6 years old. But fine, I leave. I give him more time. 2 weeks ago, my mom calls. She's excited. Are you coming to Thanksgiving? Your father's planning something big this year. He's renting that fancy event space downtown. Wait, what? He's broke, right? He needed my $10,000 because business was failing. So how is he renting an event space that costs at least $5,000? I do some digging. I check his Facebook, and there it is, photos from last month. Him and his girlfriend at a casino in Vegas, designer watches, bottle service, living his best life. With my money. I showed up at his office the next day, walked right past his secretary. He's sitting there, feet up on his desk, laughing on the phone. I put my phone down in front of him, Facebook open, Vegas photos. Where's my money, Dad? He hangs up, stares at me, and then he smiles. That money, Alex, that was a gift. You gave it to me as a gift. A gift. You said it was a loan. I don't remember that. You offered to help out your struggling father. That's what good sons do. I'm shaking at this point. I have texts. He laughs. You think anyone cares about texts? You gave me that money, and honestly, son, you've been really aggressive about this whole thing. Really ungrateful, after everything I've done for you. Then he says, so here's what's going to happen. Thanksgiving's coming up. It's going to be a nice event, classy, family only. And I don't think your energy is right for that kind of gathering, so don't come, you're uninviting. Me from Thanksgiving, I'm protecting my peace, maybe you should work on yours. And he turned back to his computer, like I wasn't even there. I drove home in a daze. Sarah took one look at me and said, "What happened?" And I told her. Everything, the loan, the lies. The disinvitation, you know what she said, "Good, now we can finally do what we should have done 3 months ago." See, Sarah's a lawyer, corporate law. But she knows people, and she'd been waiting for me to admit what I'd done so she could help fix it. We spent the next week building a case, texts, bank transfers, even a recording from a voicemail where Dad explicitly called it a loan and promised repayment. But that wasn't the revenge. That was just the foundation. The revenge came when I reached out to my entire extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, all the people who were invited to this fancy Thanksgiving. I sent them all a group email, subject line, "Why I won't be at Thanksgiving, and why you should know the truth." In it, I laid out everything, the loan, the lies, the Vegas trip, the disinvitation. I attached screenshots, bank statements, everything, and I ended with this: "I'm not asking anyone to take sides. I'm not asking anyone to skip Thanksgiving. I just thought you should know who you're celebrating with, and what kind of man my father has become. Make your own choices." Within an hour, my phone exploded. My Aunt Karen called furious. Turns out, Dad had borrowed money from her too. $5,000, also never paid back. My Uncle Mike, $3,000. My cousin Jessica, she co-signed a business loan for him 2 years ago that he defaulted on, ruining her credit. One by one, people started sharing their stories. My dad had been doing this for years, taking advantage of family, then cutting them off when they asked questions. The day before Thanksgiving, my mom called. She was crying, but she was also laughing. "Alex, the event space called your father. Apparently, 47 people canceled their RSVPs. He's down to 8 confirmed guests. And 6 of those are his girlfriend's family who don't know any better. He'd planned for 60 people, spent over $6,000 on deposits for 8 people." My mom continued. "He called me screaming, blamed me, blamed you. Then his girlfriend's sister, who apparently follows your Aunt Karen on Facebook, saw the whole story. She showed his girlfriend. They broke up this morning." I started to say something, but my mom stopped me. Don't you dare apologize. You told the truth, that's all you did. And the truth is consequences." Thanksgiving came and went. Sarah and I spent it with her family. We told them we were starting a new house fund together, with complete transparency. I heard through the grapevine that Dad's fancy Thanksgiving was a disaster. 8 people in a space meant for 60. Awkward small talk. He left early. Did I feel bad? Honestly, for about 5 minutes. But then I remembered something. I remembered every time he made me feel small, every time he chose money over love, every time he kept score while lecturing me about not keeping score. I didn't ruin his Thanksgiving. He did that himself, years ago. I just held up a mirror. Here's what I learned. Sometimes the best revenge isn't some elaborate scheme. It's not about getting even. It's about telling the truth and letting people make their own decisions. My dad taught me that relationships are transactional, that love has a price, that family is just another word for obligation. But you know what? He was wrong. Family is about trust, respect, showing up. And when someone violates that, even if they're your parent, you don't owe them your silence. As for the $10,000, Sarah helped me file a small claims suit. We've got court next month. Win or lose, I've already gotten back something more valuable. My self-respect. So Dad, if you're watching this, and I know Mom will make sure you do, here's my message. You wanted a classy, peaceful Thanksgiving without me. Hope it was everything you dreamed of, because it's the last one you'll ever have where people don't know exactly who you really are. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've got a toxic family story of your own, drop it in the comments. And if this video helped you feel a little less alone, hit that subscribe button. We're all in this together. I'm Alex, and I'll see you in the next one.